Hey everyone, Greg from My Mortgage, carrying on with our construction lending series. If you haven't watched the other few videos we've done already, make sure you check those out. Today we're going to be talking about relocatable homes, transportable homes, there is a difference there, and also things like tiny homes. So these three types of builds are becoming really, really popular. Obviously, there's a lot of efficiencies, especially in the transportable home market, that can be done when things are built off-site and in a specific location where they're meant to be built there. The builders and the tradies are all in one place together, and they can do lots at one time. So it is a way to get a really cost-effective house onto site. The main issue from a lending point of view and with the banks is that they can't take security over that house until it's on the land and connected to services. And so what happens there is they won't lend you any money until the house is actually on site. So often that can be a problem because the builders building the houses, they want you to make payments before they are going to bring the house to site. There are some relocatable or transportable home companies that are happy to work within that. So have a discussion with them first. If you already own a property and a piece of land which has no mortgage on it, so it's unencumbered, or you already have a house that has a mortgage on it, but the lending is actually lower than the value of the house, there are ways we can make that work where you loan against that property or loan against the section, and then to get the transportable built and then onto site and then connected, and then refinance out at that point. Very similar to relocatable. So that's where you might buy an old home that's been moved off another section, and then you bring it to your property, drop it down, connect it all up, and then maybe wanting to renovate. And it's really the same way. The banks can't take any security over that until it's actually on your site, drop down and actually livable. So just something to consider when you're looking at relocation. Really great option, but the banks are definitely a little more cautious to lend on that, and definitely until it's on site. So you need to be able to fund that part of it yourself. With tiny homes, anything that is on wheels, again, the bank is going to struggle to finance anything against that because they can't take security over it. They might go there one day and if they needed to, and the tiny home's no longer there. So that might come under other types of lending. Again, if you have property, we can already existing, we can loan against that to go and build a tiny home or buy a tiny home, that sort of thing. But if you've got nothing that the bank can take security over, then it's really hard to fund that. You could look at funding that in other ways, just like you would maybe a caravan or something like that. Have a chat with us. We've got people we could connect you up with for that sort of thing. So that's a bit of a rundown on how you can fund transportable homes, relocatable homes, and things like tiny homes, which are basically caravans. If the tiny home is actually going to be sitting on the ground and it's not movable, then same as the other ones, we can, if you've got something that we can use as security, property you can use as security, we can get lending for that. You build the tiny home, and then there may be some lending that we can get, refinance that out. So that's hopefully some helpful information about the lending for those types of constructions.